Thanks for joining me again. I continued to see this Chinese medical doctor about once every 4 months or so. And I continued meditating, sometimes a couple times a day, certainly every day. And I had this meditation one afternoon, and this really good-looking young man came to me in my vision. And he was so joyful. He had such a joyful countenance about him. He had long, dark, wavy hair, kind of European looking, and he had on a white shirt that was unbuttoned and a very attractive chest, as I recall, and he had on black trousers, and he was barefooted. And he came to me, he was so excited to be a messenger for me in this meditation. It was just a beautiful experience. He told me his name was Angelico, and he said he had a message for me. And he told me this. He said, "You will help heal the world." And he was just so happy to deliver this message. And he said, "And I have something for you." And he took off or disappeared, and he came back, and he handed me the world. And he said, "Here, this is for you. This is the whole world." And so I took this whole world, it was this globe, out of his hands, and he said, "But wait a minute, there's more." And he took off again, and he came back, and he said, "There's more." And he hands me yet another world. So I accepted the gift, and it was such a precious meditation. When I came out of this, I really got to thinking about healing and what he said, "You will help heal the world." So it was near to one of my appointments with my acupuncturist, Chinese medical doctor. So I went in and I had my acupuncture treatment. And this acupuncturist said to me, "Have you ever heard of Reiki?" And I said, "Well, I have. It's hands-on healing or something like that, isn't it?" And he said, "Yeah, in a nutshell, it's hands-on healing." And he said, "Would you like a session?" And I said, "I would love a session. I've never had any kind of alternative healing work at all." And so he proceeded to do a session with me that day. It lasted about 30 or 40 minutes. And he puts his hands on certain parts of your body, front and back. And about halfway through, he said to me, "Are you a healer too?" And I said, "No, I'm not a healer." But I remembered what my grandpa Charlie told me when I was a little girl about healing his hands, his arthritis. So I said, "No, I'm not a healer. Why would you even ask me that?" And he said, "Well, because there's something going on here that's a little unusual." He said, "I'm receiving as much healing energy from you as you're getting by me facilitating this and channeling this Reiki energy to you." And he said, "I thought for sure you were a healer." And I said, "Well, it's something that I'm interested in. So what's this Reiki involve?" And he said, "Well, there's classes and you get attuned to the energy, and then you can, memorize there's symbols involved and also these words that go with the symbols. If you're interested, you can take one of my classes." And I said, "Okay, sign me up." So I did level 1, 2, and 3 with this Reiki master, and I started doing Reiki, mainly on my family and friends. A bunch of us girls would get together on Sunday afternoon, usually after everybody checked out of my inn over on River Road, and we would do the hot tub thing, and I would Reiki everybody. And I just had amazing experiences using and being a facilitator for this energy. One time I remember specifically that I was working with my best friend Jamie. She was on her stomach, and we had closed the blinds and the curtains in this one bedroom in one of the rooms at the inn. And something really strange happened. I was able to see through her body. And I was able to see her spine in all of its detail. And it was illuminated in this sort of neon blue, light blue color. And there was also this strobing white light in the room that kept strobing. And it was strobing in concert with this hum that I could also hear in the room. Now, Jamie is oblivious to this because she's got her eyes closed, and she did not hear the hum. I don't remember that she did or not. But it was just, I had experiences over and over. So I'm discovering that I'm having visions with my eyes open. I'm getting information with my eyes open. I don't have to be laying in my bed meditating. So I'm shifting into something else during this time. I was doing a little work one day on my computer, I think innkeeping type work, and out of nowhere comes this website. And it's about Eric Pearl, Dr. Eric Pearl, and the reconnection. And it's healing work. And he wrote a book called The Reconnection, and I really wanted to explore this, but I was busy at the time, so I bookmarked, or thought I bookmarked the page, and closed it out and finished my work. Later on, I think it was a few weeks later, I wanted to revisit that. So I clicked on my bookmarks, and it's gone. It's disappeared. So I couldn't retrieve it. So sometime later, I'm doing a little research on Kabbalah, and I didn't resonate with that at all. But in the process of doing the research with it and, you know, ordering some books and stuff like that, here comes Eric Pearl's website, again, out of nowhere, up on my computer screen. So I took the time to really look at it and knew immediately that this was something that I wanted to pursue as well. So I signed up that day for the Atlanta class and then later on the level 3 in Seattle. And I made some wonderful friends along the way that were also interested in healing work. When I started doing the reconnection work, it was interesting because when I'd come back from these workshops, I'd walk in a room and the lights would either go off or come on. My watches stopped working on me altogether. Even if it was a new watch or a watch with a new battery, never worked on me. I've never worn a watch since then because they just don't work on me anymore. I had this energy, this surging energy coming up through the bottoms of my feet after studying with Dr. Pearl at these seminars. And a really curious thing, we replaced modems in our office 6 times in about 6 months. They would just go out. Well, we figured out later on, after the technician would come, give us a new modem, take the old modem away, after verifying that it wasn't working in our office, he would take it away, take it back to their shop, and it would work fine. So it was really just a matter of me being far enough away out of the room that I wasn't interfering, my energy wasn't interfering with some of these electrical things. So that was great fun. So I continued having just these incredible experiences with healing, not only with myself, my family, and my friends, but I started a practice. I rented a little space from a gal that I knew who was a massage therapist. And so I worked about 3 days a week in my little studio where I did reconnection work mainly and had wonderful success with it. I'm going to tell you a story in the next taping about a personal experience I had with this energy that was very powerful and dumbfounded a dentist. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.